Have you ever been digging in your garden, just minding your own business, and uncovered an old spark plug buried in the dirt, making you wonder if it could still be saved? When I picked it up, the whole thing was covered in rust and packed with dry soil. Most people would have tossed it aside, but I kept thinking about how many old parts can be brought back with the right trick. So I rinsed off the dirt and looked closer at the spark plug. Even though it looked rough, the metal was still solid. That was the moment I decided to try a simple homemade cleaning method using WD-40 salt and a basic power supply you probably already have in your garage. And honestly, the results surprised me. When you first pick up that old spark plug, it is usually covered in dirt that has hardened over time. You start by giving it a quick rinse to remove loose soil, but the stubborn grime will still cling to the metal. This is when WD-40 helps you save time. You shake the can, spray a light coat across the threads and tip, and let the oil work its way into every small gap. After a few seconds, you wipe it with a shop rag and the dirt lifts off much easier. You keep turning the plug in your hand to make sure every side is clean. This step gives you a clear view of the rust and corrosion before you move on to the real restoration. To get the cleaning solution ready, you start with 2 small Coca-Cola bottles, 1 full and 1 empty. The full bottle is where you will mix everything. Coca-Cola already has mild acidity, and combining it with salt helps boost the reaction later. Before we move on, share your city and state. It helps me make better projects for you. When you scoop salt into the narrow opening, it tends to spill everywhere, so keep the empty bottle close. Take the empty Coca-Cola bottle and hold it steady on your workbench so it doesn't roll. Use a sharp utility knife to carefully cut off the top section of the bottle. Make a clean straight cut so the opening is wide enough to use as a simple funnel later. This little piece will help you pour the salt without spilling it everywhere. Now take the 2 Coca bottle caps and set them on a steady surface. You use a step drill bit because it gives you a clean round opening without cracking the plastic. Hold each cap firmly and drill a small hole right in the center. Make sure the hole sizes match so the 2 caps can line up perfectly later when you join them. This simple step lets you turn the caps into part of a homemade funnel that makes adding salt much easier. To turn those 2 soda bottle caps into a simple funnel, you warm up your hot glue gun and line the rim of 1 cap with a clean bead of glue. Press the second cap onto it while the glue is still soft and hold it steady for a moment so the seal stays tight. When the glue sets, you'll notice the 2 caps form a straight, narrow channel that works just like a small funnel. This little piece makes it much easier for you to pour salt into the Coca-Cola bottle without spilling it everywhere, and it gives you better control when you mix your electrolyte solution later on. Now that the funnel is ready, you can pour the salt into the full Coca-Cola bottle without spilling a grain. Hold the funnel steady and use a small spoon to guide the salt through the opening. Once the salt is in, grab your WD-40 and give the bottle a good spray right on top of the mixture. The WD-40 helps break down rust and improves the reaction when you power it up later. Close the cap tightly and shake the bottle until the salt dissolves and everything blends together. When the liquid turns cloudy and the bottle feels well mixed, your electrolyte solution is ready for use. To get the power side ready, you start with a simple 5-volt charger. Strip the outer jacket to expose the 2 wires inside, one red and one black. Twist the ends so the copper is clean and easy to connect. Now take the old spark plug you found and wrap the red wire tightly around the metal threads. Make sure it sits firm so the current can travel through the plug. Then grab a razor blade and wrap the black wire around one end of it. This gives you a solid ground point for the electrolysis step. Once both connections feel secure, keep the plug and the razor blade separated so they don't touch each other. At this point, you already have a basic positive and negative setup that will let the cleaning reaction work as soon as you place both pieces into the solution. When your salt and WD-40 mix is ready, pour it into a clear glass so you can watch what happens. Take your old spark plug and the razor blade you wrapped with the black wire and place both into the glass. Make sure they don't touch each other. Now plug the 5-volt charger into the outlet. As soon as the power connects, you'll see tiny bubbles forming around the spark plug. That bubbling is the electrolytic reaction pulling rust and grime away from the metal. Keep the setup in a well-ventilated area and let it run for a short while. This simple electric bath does the hard cleaning work for you. When you pull that old spark plug out of the solution and see it clean and shiny again, it feels good knowing you brought something back to life with simple tools right in your garage. WD-40, a little salt, and a low-voltage power source can turn into a powerful cleaning setup when you use them the right way. If you enjoy these practical repairs and want more easy projects you can do at home, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next DIY idea you can put to work immediately.